Batman was released 34 years ago today. Go with a smile. Dude, 34 years? Oh my God. Yeah, 4 years later then I went to sleep. Fashion plates. I feel like that was kind of a cool thing for kids to have back in the day. I mean, now you just do it all in Photoshop, but if I remember correctly, you would just put a piece of paper over this and kind of get your little template, and then you would design your own clothes. That's awesome if you were like an aspiring fashion designer, honestly. Yeah. We just discovered that in 2007 they had Reese's peanut butter cups that were banana flavored with Elvis's face on it. I feel like if somebody died of a heart attack, you shouldn't put their face on candy. You know, that's how it should be. Talking Viewmaster. What the hell is a talking Viewmaster? You're looking at this. Yeah, I have eyes. Thanks. Band-Aids in a tin container. Oh, God. You know, this way you can cover the tetanus. I could go for a McFlurry right now. I feel like today's a do they still make these? Interesting story. Okay. Does anyone remember Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Secret of the Ooze? The movie. Remember there was a pizza place in that? And it was that guy with the kind of whitish hair or whatever. We know that guy. Like, actually, IRL, we know that guy. Okay? Because he worked at a pizza place in Yonkers on a place called, essentially like Yonkers Avenue. This pizza guy was over the top. He was fun, very blah, blah, blah. The guy's literally just retiring. He's retiring like this year. The pizza place is still open. But I used to go there all the time. I didn't even know he was in it. Until I saw the picture of it in the pizza parlor. And he's like, yeah, I was in that movie, Secret of the Ooze. I was like, that was you? He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh my God. Yeah. So that guy's literally retiring, but he was like a staple of the neighborhood for the longest time. You know? So that was kind of cool. Apparently, here's the other thing that I discovered from knowing this person. And I'm not saying like I hang out with them on the weekends. I know them in a periphery sort of manner because I patron the place a lot. There's a thing called baker's lung. If you work with a lot of flour or whatever, that can mess up your lungs. So I guess if you're a baker, wear a mask. I'm saying constant exposure every day, day in and day out for apparently 50 years. This guy's been doing it. Yeah, it's crazy. I like that there's like a picture of a dead fish here. This is like, here you go, dead fish. Early mid 2000s celebrity fashion. I don't want to go back to that. No. Sea Galley restaurant, anyone? We got crab legs and off to the shipwreck lounge. That was a thing. I'm not big into fish, so like any sea restaurant. It looks kind of cool though. I got to tell you, all right. The few times I've been to Red Lobster, right? I find their interior to be boring, drab, and it literally puts me to sleep. Like I feel like I am on a doomed ship with nothing fun to eat. You know, of course, I don't like fish, so Red Lobster for me is I have salad and then maybe a dessert. You know, generally, the interior is it's exhaustingly bereft of stimuli. You know, it's like being in a library that smells like fish. Okay, so. I don't know. Like if you go to an Applebee's or even maybe a TGI Friday, at least they got some crazy crap on the wall. You know, at least this place did too. You know, but I go to a Red Lobster, at least the one I was at. Thanks for the follow. I just end up seeing like pictures of ships and lighthouses, maybe a crab or something, and I'm like, oh my God. Hey, you think the cage match between Elon and Zuckerberg is actually going to happen? For those who don't know, they've been sparring back and forth on Twitter like, yeah, we'll do this, bro. I'm just like, unless there's a fiery pit below them both to really kind of, get the urgency going, I'm not going to be terribly concerned about it. Because whoever gets their butt whooped, I know they have good health care. Okay? So they'll be fine. You know? Even if Zuckerberg rips off one of Elon's arms, you know he's just going to get a robotic one and come back stronger. You know? Olive Garden's biggest, like, is charging a lot for the sauces, even if the pasta and breadsticks are supposed to be never ending. I didn't know they charged for the sauce. Like, they charge you for, like, more sauce. That's when I stopped going to fast food. When they started charging you extra for condiments, you know? Like, I used to like the barbecue sauce that came with the little chicken nuggets at McDonald's. And then one day, I go in there. They'd be like, oh, that'll be an extra 25 cents. What? And, you know, I was kind of pot committed there because I had a 20-piece, right? Am I doing... I feel like for some reason our reality slipped into a parody universe somehow. Like, I feel like all the people on this planet, we somehow... A portal was open, an unseen portal, and we all slipped into it, you know, and we ended up getting bizarre presidencies and weird circumstances surrounding politicians, you know, like governors fighting with Disney and multi-billion-dollar, you know, corporate conglomerate people wanting to have death matches. Like, I feel like something happened in reality. You know? It's bizarre because, like, even people on Twitter are, like, checking their bingo card and they're like, well, I never thought I'd see this, you know? It wasn't on my bingo card. It's like, wow. Yeah, we got the Onion timeline. That's pretty accurate, honestly.